What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It has been a minute, and I'm sorry about that. To my tens of followers, I'm very sorry that I have not posted in, I don't know how long it's been. I've posted some shorts, but I feel like YouTube shorts don't really count. It's like I'm just taking my TikToks and putting them on YouTube shorts, right? Like that's pretty much it. By the way, you should follow me on TikTok if you don't. It's the same handle, Freedom Fisherman. Go follow me there and follow me here. But I haven't been posting because here's the deal. I live in the Ozarks, it's winter in the Ozarks. The fishing really shuts down around here in the winter, at least where I fish, right? There are spots I can still go catch fish. I'm seeing people in my area catch fish, right? That's not that they're just gone and nobody can catch them. It's just that I have a few jobs and a family with 2 young kids, so I don't really have the bandwidth and time to go fishing, making videos and stuff, especially when the bite is tough like this. I kind of try to do all of that in season when I know I can catch fish for you guys to put on screen. So I haven't been posting any, and I want to apologize for that. And the way I want to do that is by giving away this box full of soft plastics. Now, I know what you're thinking, Matt, that's not a box of soft plastics, that's an Amazon box. What are you doing trying to fool us? And it is. It's an Amazon box that I got for Christmas that I filled up with soft plastics. And they're not junk ones either. I've got rabbit baits, I've got X-Zone, there's some Z-Man in here, pack of Yamamoto's, Big Bite baits. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in here. I actually did the math on this thing. Sorry if you couldn't hear me while I was just messing around with all that stuff. I did the math on all of these things earlier. That's a $75 value of soft plastics in that box. Now, I'm gonna give that away to one of my subscribers. How do you win the box? Well, first of all, you have to be subscribed to the channel. So if you're not, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Anytime that I upload a video, you'll get a notification. Sorry, my phone is ringing in the background. I'm coaching my son's soccer team, and there's always people texting me now, and it's crazy. So sorry about that. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. If you don't have the bell notifications on, turn those on. Share this video with somebody and get them to subscribe. Comment, like, do all of the things. Because here's the deal. I'm only at 55 subscribers right now because I basically just started this channel yesterday. When I hit 100 subscribers, which shouldn't be that long, it should not take that long at all, I'll give away that box. I know 100 subscribers isn't a big deal, but I never thought I'd have 55, and here we are. So when I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to give away that box, $75 worth of soft plastics, to a random subscriber. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. When I hit 100, you'll be entered into a chance to win $75 worth of assorted soft plastics. There's worms, there's Ned rig baits, there's creature baits, I think there's like some toads in there. It's an assortment of soft plastics worth $75 of various brands. So without further ado, let's get into the main meat of the video, which is my 2023 rod reel combo arsenal. Now this is not all of the combos I have, obviously. If you've been a bass fisherman for more than 10 seconds, you know that I probably have about 50 combos laying around, and that's probably pretty accurate. I probably don't have that many, but I have a lot of combos. These 7 though are the ones that I'm primarily going to keep with me at all times for all situations. And they're ranging anywhere from micro lures all the way up to like 1 ounce punching rigs. And these 7 combos can kind of encompass all of those things so that I can be as minimalist as possible while I'm on my kayak, which is primarily where I fish. This 11.5-foot beauty from Perception Kayaks is going to be my rig for this year, and I don't want to overload it with combos and get in the way of just fishing. So I pared it down to 7 combos to cover all my bases. Here we go. Starting with the spinning combos, I have 3 of them. The first one is this Shimano IX, very, very budget friendly. I literally bought this at Walmart for $20. And here's the deal. Yes, it was a $20 Walmart combo, but it does have the Shimano name, so I'm at least going to trust that it's a fairly well put together product. And if it only lasts me this season, that's fine, it was $20. but this is my micro light setup for this year that I'll probably always keep on the kayak or the boat with me. Shimano IX is a 5'6" ultralight fast rod, but it is very telescopic because it's so light, which will be great for those smaller panfish, little rock bass, small creek and river bass that I love to slay so much for you guys. I love the 10-inch baby dinks. That's probably the staple of my channel, is like the 8 to 10 ounce dinks that I post for you guys all the time. But regardless, they're fun, and if you're throwing this ultralight micro setup, they're even more fun, right? I caught probably a half-pound rock bass on a similar ultralight setup last year, and it was one of my favorite catches. I had to haul that thing all the way across the river with a 4'8" long, like super light rig, and it was a ton of fun. So I pretty much always keep one of these with me. I've got right now on here, I believe this is a 3/16. It may be a 1/8 ounce. I can't remember for sure. EWG weedless Ned head. I pretty much always have either a Ned rig or some sort of micro lure tied onto this combo, like a little crankbait like the Rebel series or something like that, or like Rooster Tails, that kind of thing. So pretty excited about this. Like I said, it was only 20 bucks. So even if it's not that great or that quality, it was 20 bucks, and it was a Shimano combo, so I thought I'd give it a try. So that's gonna be in my setup this year for pretty much anything super lightweight. Moving on, if I can do this without knocking anything down, is going to be my normal finesse setup. So this is a Guggen Gold 7-foot medium fast. I think it's a medium fast. I think it says on here somewhere. Yep, 7-foot medium fast. I should know all of this before I started recording the video, but you guys are on YouTube, you know how it works. 7-foot medium fast spinning rod. It's a Guggen Gold. And then I have it paired up with a 13 fishing Kalon Blackout spinning reel. It's a size 3.0, 5.2 to 1 gear ratio. It's your pretty standard bass fishing finesse combo. 7-foot medium fast, 5 to 1, 6 to 1, gear ratio, spinning reel. I have 10-pound, I believe this is, monofilament. Ooh, just stabbed the roof of my garage there on accident. I believe this is 8 or 10-pound monofilament on here. I'm planning on respooling this with maybe some 10 or 15-pound braid to, 8 or 10-pound leader to keep it pretty light and finessey, but give it a little bit more, strength. It just is what it is right now. I had this laying in my garage, spooled it up, went out and fished with it, caught several fish with it, and the line is held up just fine. So I'm not one of those guys that gets too caught up in the line itself. Now I do like to use specific lines for specific setups, but in general I don't get too caught up on it. So I believe it's 8 or 10-pound, I think it's 10-pound monofilament line. The lures I have tied onto this almost all times a shaky head or a Ned rig. Those are primarily the finesse rigs that I use. I'll throw a wacky rig on it from time to time as well, or some like really light finesse jig or something like that. But the shaky head's just one of my confidence lures, so I pretty much always keep shaky head tied on. That's what I got on right now. So basic finesse system right there, got a micro system, basic finesse system. It's a good all-around combo. If I'm just taking one combo and just bank fishing or something like that, that's pretty much the one that I take. All right, my last spinning combo, 13 fishing, code Neon. This is the green, obviously, because it's green. This is a 6'7" medium heavy fast rod with I believe it's a 2, honestly. But it's the code Neon reel that comes on it. So 2000 size spinning reel there. I have 20-pound braid to a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader. I believe these are both Seaguar. Don't quote me on that, but I think they're both Seaguar. Most of the line I use is either Seaguar or Berkley, just because of the convenience of it being at Walmart and Bass Pro. But this is gonna be my beefier, heavier duty spinning combo. Primarily gonna use these or use this combo for like some Texas rigs and jigs if I'm wanting to throw it on spinning gear. And the reason I have this one specifically is because the butt is shorter, and so it is great for the kayak. I love having this in the kayak. It doesn't get in the way or rub my stomach or get in the way of my arm or casting or any of that kind of stuff. So really like this for the kayak. Plus it's just a little bit beefier. Sometimes I like to horse in the fish even on spinning gear, and so I like having this medium heavy in the shorter length as well, so that I can kind of do that. So plus I love throwing jigs, and I don't want to be caught in a situation where I can't throw a jig because I only have spinning gear. And if I've got this, I can still throw like a 3/8, or I'd even feel comfortable throwing a 1/2 ounce jig on this. Probably shouldn't with the way I've got it set up, but I would. I wouldn't feel that concerned about it. So really like this combo, like I said, especially for the kayak. And it's still a good all-around combo. Just because it's a medium heavy doesn't mean that it's only for heavier lures, and I can't use it for finesse stuff. I still use I still use that combo for a lot of like weightless stuff as well, like a weightless wacky rig. I'll throw it on there like a lot of the time. All right, moving on into bait casters. The first one is my newest one that I've played around with for the last couple of weeks, taken it out a couple of times, and I'm in love with it. It is the Abu Garcia Vengeance. Yes, it's the one from Walmart, the $75 combo that at my Walmart, I don't know about yours, but at my Walmart, it was in the clearance bin for $40 a few weeks ago. I think it was 3 weeks ago that I bought this. And I snatched it because I thought an Abu Garcia bait cast combo for $40. I don't care if it's a budget one. I don't even care if it's not that great of quality. I know it's not their top-notch stuff, but it's Abu Garcia, so it's probably going to be pretty quality stuff. And I'll tell you this, I've gone out twice with it already and thrown 3 or 4 different lures on it. I've got the War Eagle 5/16 finesse spinnerbait on it right now, but I threw a square bill, I threw a medium diver, I threw a Texas rig, I threw this spinnerbait on it, and it handled all of those lures like a champ, at least initially. So we'll see if this lasts long term. It may break down at some point in the future, but for now, this is a solid combo for, like I said, I paid $40 for it. It is a 7-foot medium heavy fast, your very most standard bass fishing combo you can get. I think the reel is a 6-to-1 gear ratio. I can't find it at the moment. Yep, 6.5-to-1 gear ratio, which is again pretty standard. I like to use a 6 for crankbaits, but like I said, this is a good all-around combo, and I've really liked it so far. I've always liked Abu Garcia stuff, but I've gotten away from it in recent years. This might get me back into Abu. We'll see. So for $40, you really can't beat that there. I'm just hoping it holds up to a bunch of fish catches this year. I haven't caught a fish on it yet, so that's going to be the real test of the rod specifically. The reel I can make work, but the rod is going to be the real crux there. We'll see how it holds up. All right, into my favorite combo that I've ever had. I just call it the go-to because it's the Googan Green go-to rod, 7-foot, medium heavy fast. Again, your standard for bass fishing, 7-foot, medium heavy fast, Googan Green rod with a 13 Fishing Origin 1 blackout, or it's a 01 or Target 1, a 01 blackout reel in I believe it's a 7-to-1. 7-to-1. I don't really pay that much attention to my gear ratios. Once I put them on the combo, I'm like, all right, I know what that's for. I forget the technical numbers, but 7-to-1 gear ratio on this rod. This, for me, like I said, I call it the go-to. If I can only take one rod out wherever I'm fishing, kayak, bank, boat, doesn't matter. If I can only take one, this is the one I'm grabbing, because I feel like I can just do anything with this. Sure, it's not ideal for crankbaits, but it gets the job done. I threw a square bill on this a ton last year and caught several fish on it. I threw a medium diver on this and it handled it just fine. Like I said, it wasn't ideal, but it got the job done and it was great. I've got a jig on there now. This is a 3/8 ounce football jig, black and blue. I usually throw Texas rigs, jigs, really that kind of stuff, spinner baits on this combo. But like I said, I feel confident throwing literally anything on this combo. So I have 15-pound Seaguar Basics, literally the stuff you can buy at Walmart on this. And I actually need to re-spool it. It's getting a little bit low and really, really dingy because I fished a lot of dirty water last year and I need to re-spool it. I just haven't yet. But that's what I've got on there, 15-pound Seaguar Basics fluorocarbon. I don't know if I said that, fluorocarbon on that. And that's about as high as I go with fluorocarbon, honestly. I don't really go more than 15-pound. I mean, I'm fishing in Missouri in the Ozarks, so I'm not really swinging in 5-pounders all the time. So I feel like 15-pound is as high as I need to go. That still lets my bait have plenty of action, keeps the line nice and hidden in the water, and I don't have to worry about it standing out or being too heavy or any of that kind of nonsense. So if I was in Texas or Florida all the time, I'd probably go a little heavier, but where I'm at in the Ozarks, 15-pound really gets the job done. So absolute favorite combo there that really I've ever had, but certainly certainly my favorite one in the arsenal for 2023. All right, coming up next is my super heavy frog punching flipping combo. I know I've got a jig on there now. I'll throw jigs on this occasionally, heavier jigs. This is a 3/8, but I'll throw like a half or a 1 ounce jig on this. It's my frogging combo is what it is. It's my heavy duty. If I've got a horse fish out of heavy stuff, this is the one I'm grabbing. So this is a Shimano SLX 8.2 gear ratio reel on a Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier heavy, extra fast 7.3 rod. Like I said, it's for frogs. I like throwing buzz baits, buzz toads, top waters with single hooks, jigs, punching rigs. Shoot, I'll even throw a Texas rig on this thing sometimes. I don't really care that much. If it's heavier stuff, if I know I've got heavy cover, which I have, there's a long stretch of the Finley River that I like to fish that has pretty thick lily pads in the summertime. And I love just running this thing through that and just punching those pads or throwing the frog across it. I've gotten some really good blow ups on it. The only thing I don't really like about this combo is that because I primarily fish out of my kayak and I'm a small guy with short arms, this rod can get kind of bulky. It's not that it's necessarily so huge on the bottom half. I mean, it is kind of long, but it's not super, super huge. And it's not that it's too long, it's only 7.3. It's just that in a kayak with a small guy like me, it sometimes can get a little bulky and tough to cast and set the hook and reel and certainly land fish and that kind of deal. So I'm determined to get better with it this year. But last year I did notice, like, I did struggle a couple of times. I would, set the hook on a fish and then just, get in my own way kind of because the rod was so big. And I'm not used to one this long. The longest rod I usually use is 7 foot. So having a 7.3, especially a heavy extra fast, right? This is the meatiest rod I've ever used. So I've got a bit of a learning curve there, but I'm super excited about this combo, like I said, to do some more frogging, punching, flipping with this year. And I upgraded the reel on it this year from, I forget what I used last year, some like a Lew's or a Cast King or something, to the Shimano SLX. I believe this is the 150X. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but it's a Shimano SLX reel. So upgraded the reel, and I'm hoping that maybe I can just get more confident with it this year, but I'm really excited about that. Maybe not always have this in the kayak with me, but most of the time I will, especially if I think the frog bite might be on. I've got to get a good frog fish this year. And my last combo for 2023 season, at least my go-to combos that I'll keep with me all the time, is my crank and stick. Alex Rudd says it all the time. I'm a huge fan of his channel. Shout out to Alex Rudd. He says if you just have 3 combos, you need a good spinning combo, a good bait cast combo, and a crank and stick. And I firmly believe that that's the truth. I almost never go out without this combo in the boat or in the kayak with me, or just carrying it along the bank, because for crankbaits, I think this specific setup is the best that I can possibly get. Well, I say that with taking that with a grain of salt, because the actual combo itself is pretty budget friendly. But the idea of having a cranking setup, like a specific setup for crankbaits, I think is super, super vital, because I love fishing crankbaits. I fish them a lot, but I will also use this for chatterbaits, for topwaters with treble hooks. I'll even, use it for like buzz baits sometimes, not a ton, but I like having a little bit of parabolic bend even on like buzz baits. I don't think that a super, super fast rod is always the best way to go. So I'll have this sometimes just for all topwaters, but certainly topwaters with trebles, crankbaits, square bills, and like medium divers. Anything deeper than that, I like to throw it on my go-to combo. But crankbaits, square bills, medium divers, jerk baits, and then topwaters with trebles. This is my setup. So I've got a 13 Fishing Origin R1. I love the profile of this reel, is why I have it on 2, maybe even 3, I can't remember. I think I have it on another setup as well. I love the profile of the reel. I think 13 Fishing makes a really solid reel, and this is a good budget friendly one. So I've got 2 or 3 of those. This is a 6-to-1, 6-2-to-1 or something like that, so good for crankbaits and jerkbaits and all of that good stuff. And then this is a 6.6 medium, and it says fast, but because it's a cranking stick, just know that that fast is still pretty parabolic, so it's more of a moderate fast, honestly. Bass Pro cranking stick rod there. So some of you guys may hate on Bass Pro products. I think Bass Pro makes really, really good products, especially when you pay a little bit more for it. Their budget stuff can sometimes not be the greatest, in my opinion. But this is kind of the cranking stick, and even the Pro Qualifier are kind of their mid-tier where you're starting to get into better quality stuff. So I really, really like this rod. It's really, really comfortable. I don't know really why, but I like the no split grip handle, the solid handle here. It's not super long, at least the way I'm holding it, so it's not, sticking in my belly or anything while I'm fishing from the kayak or sitting on the boat or anything like that. And I like that it's 6'6", because like I said, I'm a short guy. I've got pretty short arms in comparison to like the proportions of my body. So for jerk baits, it's really great to have that shorter rod, a little bit shorter butt end, so I can really work it well with my weird proportions. It doesn't, I don't lose any action or anything like that on my jerk baits. So I've got, I believe this is 12-pound monofilament on this. I pretty much always keep mono on my cranking stick. I just think it's more versatile. It's a little bit more budget friendly, to be fair, and that's what kind of goes into my head with all of these combos is it budget friendly? Because I'm not spending, apart from that like crank or the heavy combo like that, I shelled out a little bit of money for that. I try to keep it as budget friendly as possible. So for me, this is probably the best possible setup I can get as far as crankbaits, jerkbaits, topwaters with trebles, all of those types of things. So it's pretty versatile. And I pretty much always have this. Bank, boat, kayak, doesn't matter. I almost always have this. Because I almost always have a crankbait tied on. And I will almost always throw a crankbait, no matter the situation or the conditions. Even if it doesn't make sense, I'm probably throwing a crankbait at some point during the day. So there you have it, guys, my 7 combos for the 2023 season, at least the 7 that I'll use for like my tournaments that I'm fishing for, the KBF, state challenge series, any of the videos that I film for you guys. I'm probably going to be using those 7 combos. Those are going to be my go-tos this year. I keep them over here by the kayak, by the boat, so that I can quickly grab them and go. I keep my other ones over there on the wall. If I need to switch it up for whatever reason, I will. But those 7 combos I think are going to get me through this coming season. They cover, like I said, pretty much every range of lure that I would throw, from micro all the way up to 1 ounce punch and rig. I can cover it with these just 7 combos, which is great. As a kayak angler, I love that I can keep it simple, keep it tight, keep it to 7 combos. I usually don't even keep all of these 7 on the kayak at the same time. I usually don't take more than 4, 5 at the most, depending on the conditions on the kayak anyway. So the fact that I can do everything that I need to do in 7 combos is a huge plus for me. Plus it doesn't break the bank, which is huge for me. I want to stay as budget friendly as possible. Even my really nice kayak is kind of a budget one. It's not even that fancy, but it's the nicest one I've ever had. I'm really excited about it. And I'll do a review video of it as soon as I get to take it out in the water. Don't worry. I'll walk you through my whole kayak setup. So don't forget, as I awkwardly transition and close this video, don't forget about the giveaway. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell notification, hit the thumbs up button on this video. You can tell I didn't write an outro to this video. I'm just kind of winging it. But make sure you're subscribed, make sure you hit that like button, share this video, comment, all of the things that you know that you need to do to help out the channel. When I hit 100 subs, I will give away this $75 value box of soft plastic. So if you want this, make sure you're subscribed. And we will see you on the next video. Peace.